Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the place where we break down history's most insane, forgotten, and shocking events and bring them back to life in a way that actually makes sense. So if you enjoy stories that feel stranger than fiction, make sure to stick around, because today's story is exactly that. Today, we are going to take a look at one of the most unbelievable political events in European history. The moment an entire country was erased off the map without a single traditional total war victory. This is the story of the Partitions of Poland. To understand how something like this even happens, we have to go back to the 18th century, where Europe is basically a chessboard of empires: Russia, Prussia, and Austria. And right in the middle of them sits the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a once powerful state that by this point has become weak, divided, and politically unstable. On paper, Poland still exists. It still has a king, a parliament, and a government, but in reality, it's struggling to function. The political system is paralyzed by internal conflict. Laws require unanimous approval, which means a single noble can block decisions for the entire country. Imagine trying to run a nation where one no vote can freeze everything. That's exactly what was happening. And surrounding Poland are three empires that are getting stronger every year. Russia wants influence in Eastern Europe. Prussia wants land and power. Austria wants security and expansion. At first, none of them outright invade to conquer Poland completely. Instead, they watch. They wait. And they slowly start taking advantage of Poland's weakness. The first major move happens in 1772. Instead of a full-scale invasion, Russia, Prussia, and Austria agree on something shocking. They will simply take pieces of Poland and divide them among themselves. No vote from Poland, no real negotiation, just three empires deciding to carve up a country like it's a map on a table. This is the first partition of Poland, and somehow, Poland still exists afterward. But it is smaller, weaker, and humiliated. You would think this would be a wake-up call, and in some ways it is. Poland tries to reform its government, strengthen its military, and fix its broken political system. There are even attempts to create one of the first modern constitutions in Europe. But it's too late, because the surrounding empires see those reforms as a threat. In 1793, the second partition happens. This time, Russia and Prussia take even more land. Austria sits this one out, but the result is the same. Poland shrinks again, and its independence is slipping away piece by piece. Now things are getting desperate. Polish leaders attempt an armed resistance led by national hero Tadeusz Kościuszko. At first, it looks like they might actually pull off a comeback, but the forces against them are simply too powerful. The uprising fails, and what comes next is the final act. In 1795, the third partition takes place. This time, there is no Poland left to divide in any meaningful way. The remaining land is completely absorbed by Russia, Prussia, and Austria. And just like that, Poland disappears from the map of Europe. No official kingdom, no independent government, no recognized sovereignty. A nation with centuries of history is gone, not because it lost one massive war, but because it was slowly carved apart while it was too weak to stop it. What makes this story so important is what it reveals about power. The partitions of Poland weren't just about armies, they were about political weakness, opportunism, and the danger of internal division. Poland didn't fall in a single moment of defeat, it fell in stages, piece by piece, until there was nothing left to take. And for over a century after 1795, Poland would not exist as an independent country. Its identity survived, its culture survived, but its state did not. So when you look back at this moment in history, it's not just about borders on a map. It's about how fragile nations can be when internal systems break down and outside powers are waiting for the opportunity to act. The disappearance of Poland is one of the most shocking examples in history of how a country can be erased, not through one dramatic collapse, but through slow political erosion and calculated division. Thank you guys for watching. If you love history, I hope you guys come back for more, because there are so many stories like this that don't get told enough, and every one of them shows just how strange and intense real history actually is. I'll see you in the next one.